gave him a C because I don't think the Eagles are very good defensively or offensively, and they let the Eagles hang around. Skip, this game was supposed to be over. At the way the game started off, Skip, I tweeted, Brady might throw for 8 touchdowns. They could get no pressure. The pass that he threw to AB, Skip, did you see how long he had in the pocket? I mean, he damn, he covered.
Wait, did you see him move out of the pocket?
Man, stop that.
Did you see the 44-year-old be a little more mobile than you've ever seen him in your life?
I saw him speed walk out of the pocket, and he's like, he's covered, and he's covered, and he's covered. And he just patting the ball like it's 7-on-7 at practice.
Then I'll move over here.
He's like, oh, there you go, AB. Here, get this money. Get this money, AB. And into the end zone. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, it was like, Skip, they lost focus or something. Maybe it was because it was so easy. Because the way they just went down the field in a breeze the first couple of drives, it seemed like they just lost focus. Now, maybe Eagles did change up something schematically. They started playing coverage. They started handing the ball to Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette started running the football. I think he probably had his best game of the season. 2 touchdowns, 80-plus yards running the football. He caught the ball extremely well.
Yep.
So for me, Skip, I gave him, 2 touchdowns in the first 2 possessions, then it stalled. He should have had, I tweeted at Pro Football Focus. They always respond to everybody. At Pro Football Focus, how many turnover-worthy plays does Tom Brady have tonight? And I ain't get no response.
Well, I know he had one.
No. A turnover-worthy play is a play, even if you don't turn the ball over, it should have been. He threw the ball, that was interception. That was a turnover-worthy play. Remember, it got reviewed. They say he didn't get his hands up under it.
That was a turnover? Are you kidding? What game were you watching? I got to get your TV, I guess. I don't have one of those.
But you know what? I already knew. Because even though when he got sacked and they didn't give that a turnover-worthy play, I already knew what was up. But anyway, as I was saying, back to my normally scheduled programming.
This is a turnover-worthy play? He hit him right in the hands.
That man didn't hit him in no hands.
He did too, and it's Cameron Brate right in the hand.
It hit him on his forearm.
It was a sensational throw.
First of all, the guy covered. He should have.
Not only was he covered, he was being interfered with.
Look at that. Look at that guy wide up. Look at that. But don't worry about it. That's not the hero that's good.
The ball hits him right in both of his hands. Shannon Sharp catches that in his teeth.
Well, damn, I would like to think I'm better than Cameron Brate at every point.
Cameron Brate is pretty good.
Yeah, okay. But Skip, look, you and I both know, you've said this before, the Eagles are not a very good team. Jalen Hurts leaves a lot to be desired with his anticipation, Skip, because he still thinks he's in college where he has to wait for guys to get open instead of throwing guys open. His accuracy leaves Skip, the guy's a starting quarterback in the NFL, and he threw for 115 yards. 115. I gave him a C+. I didn't think he was spectacular. The first 2 drives, I thought Brady was going to throw for 508 touchdowns, Skip. I really did, because the way they were going up and down the field. And then for whatever reason, they lost focus. They seemed disinterested. I don't know what the case was, but they stalled. But I don't think because at one point he was, 16 or 17 for 2 touchdowns. Yep. He ended up with some 34, 42, 297, which is his, I think, what did they say, one of his highest completion percentage? Whatever.
Well, at the end of the first quarter, he has 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. And so if you start doing the math, you're like, are we going on 500?
That's what I thought he was going to have, because the Eagles weren't putting up a whole lot of resistance on defense. So I'm like, he's going to have 400+ and 5, 6, 7 touchdowns. And he stalled, but the Eagles aren't very, I don't look at the Eagles as one of these world beaters. So for me, I gave him a C+.
Okay, I'm going to start with Jalen Hurts because you threw in Jalen Hurts, and it was going to be a Brady question, but you could not restrain yourself. You had to dismiss Jalen Hurts. I am not dismissing him. What did I tell you from the start about Jalen Hurts? And you can laugh at this, you can ridicule this. No, I told you.
Oh, my bad.
He is a playmaker, that he is, what word have I used? He is Tebow-esque. He is the current day Tim Tebow. Right. Not exactly the same, but in playmaking with just average passing skills that can become way above average when it's time. Because he made some throws in the fourth quarter where you say, whoa.
Yeah, skipped it down 28-7.
The throw to Quez Watkins on the sideline, it was just a rope.
Yeah.
Where he rolls all the way right, and they're buried back in their territory.
Yes. That was a big-time throw.
It's a big-time throw because this is up the boundary on the run, and he hits him. And by the way, he was way in bounds.
And the officials huddled up. They huddled up and still got it wrong.
How can you say that when he's just dragging the left toe like crazy? Okay, so we did that, and then the 2-point conversion throw, also to Quez.
Yeah.
It was a big-time throw. He hit him right. That was a beautiful play right there. That got him out of the hole, out of the trap. So here's the 2-point play to Quez also. This is a rope now.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. You got a very small window.
Yep,
okay.
I'll give him credit. Skip, that might have been his best throw.
It might have been his best throw. And obviously, he ran for 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns, and all of a sudden, you look up, and what do you see? It's 28-22.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the onus goes back on the GOAT.
Right.
Well, you better hang on to the football, because if Tim Tebow, quote unquote, gets the ball back, I think he's going to go win the game, because he has heated up, because he just makes plays with his legs and his arm. It's not going to translate into any kind of stats. Right. His QBR was not terrible. It was 40, scale 0 to 100, so it was a little below average.
A lot below.
Okay, just
48, 49 is a little below. 40 is way below.
But 40, but he's getting a lot of credit for what he did with his legs, because the only time he gashed them was mostly with his legs.
Right.
Okay? So I'm going to defend him as a guy you can win games with, and I still say Philly is the most dangerous team to the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC East. I don't care what you say, because they have firepower. And I don't know what happened to Devontae last night, but he just couldn't find him.
Right.
Look at he got 4 targets. Devontae Smith, obviously.
What you expect him to do with 4 targets?
Got 2 for 31. So he was like an also ran. He was like a ghost. Like, I don't.
But Skip, the thing is, and he hit Devontae on the over route. Obviously, the over route was his best throw. But I think the thing that he struggles with, that Jalen Hurts struggled with, is anticipation.
Okay,
Skip, if you have anticipation and accuracy.
There were a couple of times last night where I said, you just got to let it go. Troy was saying, the ball needs to be in the air. Okay, I don't know what he was doing.
Skip, you throw people open in this league.
Right.
You can't. This ain't college where guys going to be 10, 12 yards open. You better throw them open.
Okay.
And he had one early on 3rd down, Skip, and he missed him twice. He tried to fit the ball into Devontae, and he had Miles Sanders wide open standing in the flat. Take the flat route. But see, when you predetermine, Skip, I'm going here. Now, even the guy wasn't supposed to be there. Whitehead was supposed to be in the flat. And he's even on Devontae. Take Miles Sanders in the flat.
And also their play mix has been head-scratching. And finally, in the 4th quarter, they started to mix in Miles Sanders.
Right.
And he started to get loose, right?
Right. But at that point in time, Tampa has started playing coverage.
I got
they
it.
say, okay, you want to run the ball, you're going to run out of time.
All right, I got it. Because nobody runs on Tampa unless they just say, okay, we will let you run.
Yeah, unless Vita Vea is dancing on the sideline.
Dancing. That's pretty impressive for the man that big.
That's a big man.
What do you think he weighs, 350?
He weighed 350 coming into camp. He's probably about 360 now.
360, all right. Now back to the GOAT. I'm going to give Tom Brady a B for last night, because I agree with you. His performance was way up, down, and in the end, way back up.
Right.
When he had to be way back up, it was way back up. So I'm going to go up to a B, because I don't. For once, you're not overly harsh in your criticism of the GOAT, because there were times when it was bordering on dropping to a C.
Right.
But what happened? What was the flashpoint of the night for me? Well, it's the play in question that you said was a turnover-worthy throw that I do not think that. But a whole lot of stuff is going on that play, if we could see it again. He's got Fletcher Cox right in his face. And what did he come into the game with? He came in with a bruised thumb, because he banged it on a helmet, and it looked like it was a little swollen, and it definitely was taped. Well, what did he do on that play?
He hit Fletcher on the arm.
He hit him right on the arm. He just banged it. Look at him. He turns away from the play, because it probably, you know how it gets, where you need to bite down on a bullet or something, the pain is just searing.
Well, I understand what he's going through, Skip, because I played the better part of my career with a thumb guard on my right thumb, and I can catch it just right, and it'll make tears come to your eyes.
Okay, that's a tears to your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm not going to say he re-injured it, he re-aggravated it, or just aggravated it. It's not you just aggravated it. And I think it started to bother him. And I think he was getting mad at how much it was bothering him. And all of a sudden, I don't know why, he came into this game saying, I'm going to make AB the star tonight. Look at the targets for AB. It's crazy.
But Skip, if you notice that when Gronk's away,
yep,
AB gets the targets.
He gets to play.
So it seems that the comfort level, the little while that they played in New England, they have a comfort level that he hasn't quite developed. Now, he's going to give Mike Evans his throws, but if you notice when Gronk is away, AB is going to get 8, 9, 10 targets.
What did Brady call him the other day? He called him a football genius.
Yeah.
He said AB is a genius. So he wants to be on the genius wavelength with AB, with little 81. And he throws him 13 balls last night. The next wide receiver is Chris Godwin, gets 5. And Mike Evans, Slay was on him all night. And Brady just respects him. I'm not saying he's scared of him, but he just said, okay, if you're going to put Darius Slay over there, I'll go
Well, I'll take AB on your third corner.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he was doing. So he gets 4 targets to 13 for AB, who caught 9 for 93. But the point was, Brady got frustrated. He gets mad. He gets mad at himself and mad at the circumstance. And so near the end of the half, what does he do? He just decides, I'm going to cut loose with one for AB. And it's just like we saw it occasionally last year, where it's like, what are you doing? Because he expects AB just to break off the route and go deep. And I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. Because that's just a bad idea.
He must be thought he had Tyreek. Tyreek was running that when he was just going to air it out. Let's go get that Tyreek.
I don't know. But it's a frustration throw that is beneath the dignity of that guy. And you just say, Tom, what are you thinking?
But I want to know what kind of shade tree mechanic job that he had on his thumb. He had rubber bands.
He had something.
They look like rubber. They look like rubber bands.
An Alex Guerrero special, don't you think?
So I guess they were just trying